He's excited now, but little does he know we are walking to Petco for him to get a bath. This video is brought to you by poop bags. If you got a dog and you walk your dog, get one of these things. Product in the thingy thing. Okay. Yo, Ma! He's walking Rick the puppy. Here we are, Port Richmond, going for a walk. And today, well, you know, we're going to take Rick the puppy to get a bath. But what I have to do is I have to kind of tire him out. Well, you're just full of piss. I just kind of, what I do is I tire him out before we get to Petco. That way, he's not that much of a pain when we get to Petco. Now, I don't know if you watch my vlogs on the regular, but I have been telling you people, I have been ringing the bell. The city of Philadelphia, a lot of streets in the city of Philadelphia are caving in, cuz. They're caving in. And this is in the Port Richmond neighborhood. And this is another big cave-in. Well, not big because it's Birch Street, but they're doing some new construction. So this street caved in the other day. Oh, that's terrifying. Isn't that? Wow. That's crazy, huh? So this is the neighborhood I grew up in. And when I was growing up, there was a street not too far from here, Thompson Street. That street caved in. And Thompson Street is much bigger than Birch Street. Birch Street, one of the smaller streets of Port Richmond. Got to use caution, Rick the puppy. The neighborhood's caving in. Come on, come on. Most of the dog walks I do with Rick. Oh, you gotta go. We'll be back after these messages from Poop Bags. Hi, I'm a responsible owner, and I own a dog. And when I walk him, he sometimes takes a shit. And what I do to pick up his shit is I use these poop bags. And that quickly, I cleaned up the poop. It may be a shitty job, but it doesn't have to be shitty when you use poop bags. I love it. I love it. Let's do all the profanity during the commercial for poop bags. Let's go. Here's a sign from the past. This old Dr. Pepper deli sign. And this hasn't been a deli for over a decade. But the sign remains. Most places, what they'll do is they'll take down the sign and they'll just have like a large rusty pole hanging from the storefront. Let's see if we'll find any of them on this magical walk through the neighborhood I grew up in, Port Richmond. All right, here we are. This is Stokely Playground. Do a little quick tour in Stokely Playground. I guess this would be the best stickball field in Port Richmond. Would have to be Stokely Playground, because the other stickball field was Richmond Schoolyard, and they extended the school into the schoolyard. So this is the best stickball field. I didn't mind playing on here. It was a realistic home run. I've hit a few dingers here. So this playground doesn't have a pool. So in the summertime, they'll have the sprinkler going. And there's I think A&W Playground has that. They're also doing really big improvements to another playground right down the street called Cahock's. There's a lot of playgrounds in this neighborhood. This is the, what's it called? Used to be the Port Richmond Catering, Richmond Hall Catering. And now it's Gall and Company. Gall and Company. And, they got some pretty good food. This is an old church. It's now a bar. Over here, oh, look at this. This is the library of Port Richmond. It's currently closed. It's getting renovated. Looks like they're getting a brand new roof right now. Isn't that nice? I'm on Livingston Street. This used to be a corner store. Doc Livingston. And they don't really have the pole that sticks there. They have the lights that used to shine go in there. Oh, they had the best video games in there, cuz. Gauntlet, Rick the puppy. I would spend so much money in there playing Gauntlet. Alright. So now, Commissioner Street and Miller Street. And this is the old Kensington Ice Company. And you would go here and you would buy big bricks of ice. Big bricks of ice before the refrigerator was invented. You would have the Iceman. And they made ice here. And it's now a daycare. Right, Rick the puppy? How exciting. This is the old police station. And, man, this is a really cool building with the Flemish Bond brickwork. And this is the old police headquarters, and it's now a PAL. Oh, it's a police athletic league, and this is where kids play. I mean, I played there when I was a kid. There was like, I don't know, like from age 9 to 11, big PAL time. They had a pool table, or a few pool tables, and then they had a basketball court. You played baseball. Also, I did wrestling for a year, like the Kurt Angle, not the Kurt Angle WWE, but Kurt Angle gold medal winner. I did that for a year. Over here is the old, oh no, they closed. This was the Port Richmond Pharmacy. They moved to Allegheny Ave. This was, I think it was called the Miller Theater back in the day. Oh no, there was a fire. An electrical fire in this building. Oh no. Alright, now they're at the 2200 block of Allegheny Avenue. Oh wait, you could buy Ethel's? This was the old Ethel's Corner store. You used to get cheesesteaks, hamburgers, pretzels, video games. It's for sale. What's the address of Ethel's? 2443 Clearfield. What's it going for? You see right here? There are the brackets from the old sign. Oh, I loved Ethel's. Oh, I love this store. Used to have a side entrance. I think the upstairs is a rental property. The garage door still looks the same. When I was a kid, I used to ride my big wheel through this alleyway. So tiny. I was hit by a car. I was hit by a car right here. Oops. That's my old house. I lived right here. I remember one Easter, I was like 5 years old, and I was selling pictures I drew. Little horrible pictures of like the Easter Bunny. And these two kids came up to me, and they set my 5-cent pictures on fire and walked away. And that shit traumatized me, because I thought my house was going to burn, and I was also upset because I lost my my art, You know, I put about 5 seconds into those doodles. There it is. That window, that little white window there, I believe that was the bathroom. And when I was a kid, when I was, I don't know. I don't know how old I was, 3 or 4. The movie Superman was real big. And I remember I thought I could fly. I don't remember this. This is a story my parents tell me. But I was going to fly. I told them I was getting ready to jump out the window like Superman. And my mom was like, hold on, don't do that yet. And I think my dad had to save me. This is an old bar. This guy's going 65 miles an hour. That's okay. Yeah, that's a city worker. You can just stop whenever you want, cuz. No problem. Why don't you do 88 miles an hour? Yeah, I think this was called the Short Stop Cafe. And now it's a residence. That guy was booking. Never seen a city worker go so fast. This is Our Lady Help of Christians. This was the German church of Port Richmond. The churches were segregated by your nationality. I guess maybe in the early 1900s they would say Mass in Latin. So what the hell does it matter if you're Italian? It doesn't matter what nationality you are. You're probably not understanding the Latin. In the summertime, they would have a carnival in the parking lot and then this thing. And it'd be like a German, kind of like an Oktoberfest, I would imagine. Found that interesting, like the party atmosphere at the church. And this is the old school of Our Lady Help of Christians. They got the window busted, Rick the puppy. Listen to these birds. That's nice, Rick the puppy. I gotta go get my car washed just in time for the birds to shit on it. Back there, that real big building, that's Northeastern Hospital. It's no longer a hospital. Come on, Rick the puppy, back up. It's no longer a hospital. It's now like a bunch of different doctor offices. You know, you can't give birth there. You can't, yeah, but if you got like a broken toe, you might be able to go to an urgent care there. Across the street, Sean Thornton's. $2.50 Miller Lite cans. I don't know, that sounds pretty cheap. Zone. I'm at Cedar in Westmoreland. And they added all of these signs for certain stores. So if you're going to go to CrossFit Renaissance, you have to park here. There is a thrift zone. See the thrift zone? If you want to go to the thrift store, you have to park in here. Otherwise, they put one of these barnacles on your car, and you have to pay to get it removed. So don't park in this parking lot. Park across the street at the Kmart if you ever come here. That's going to be a nightmare. That's a scam, man. That's absolute bullshit. All right, Rick the puppy, here we are. Aramingo Avenue. We're going to cross the street over here. And there it is, Petco. Also, it's a filming location, Rick the puppy. This is where they filmed the, oh, look at this. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Rick the puppy. Get a used Christmas tree here at the parking lot of the old Kmart. Oh, what's happening? Yeah. Back when I started this channel 7 years ago, the AutoZone was a Kmart, and it went all the way to the Planet Fitness. And when I first started the channel, all the Kmarts and Toys R Us's were closing, and the Payless shoes. And then slowly but surely, more and more stores close. But we still got, like, there's not many vacant spaces on this Aramingo Avenue shopping district. Oh, Rick the puppy. You don't even know, cuz you're so happy. I hate this. But you gotta do it. You gotta get a bath once in a while. You stink. I mean that in the most respectful way. Yeah, this mattress warehouse back in the day was a Blockbuster Video. Right here, I think the nail salon, or the building next to the nail salon, that was Apollo Creed's gym in the movie Creed. If you ever see Creed, they have a shot of Aramingo Avenue in this direction, and it's nothing but palm trees. CGI, cuz, not real. Uh-oh. Puppy, they have poop bags here, but they're so much money. The poop bags I have in my description are cheaper, and I get a commission. Oh, I'm not wet. I'm sweaty. This is called Doggy Wana, and I don't. You get a chew toy. I'm gonna buy this for you, Rick, because you were such a good boy. You deserve a jazz cigarette. All right, and there he is, one clean pit bull. Oh, I'm sweating. I am drenched in sweat. That was a lot of work. Rick likes to jump out of the tub, and he did that a few times. I didn't get that on camera, but it was exhausting. Get you back to the house. They have a dryer, and the guy who worked at Petco gave me a few extra towels, which is very nice. Yeah, you know what I was thinking about when I was washing Rick the puppy? How I would be so insanely mad if I was parking my car in this parking lot, and if I was shopping at one of these businesses and then they slapped that thing on me, I would be so mad. Incredible. So we only washed Rick for like 20 minutes, and that quickly the barnacle cars are going. Oh, I would be so mad. I wonder how it works. Like, is there a guy who just sits here all day and ruins people's day by putting a barnacle in their car? Or does a truck drive by every few hours? Like, I guess it has to be a person sitting here, because they have to sit here and watch you go into this building and not in the other building. I would be so irate. Oh, this car. Pretty awesome looking. Beat up Jay Leno trucks. And of course, be careful, Rick the puppy, it's the fuzz. Here it is. This is the parking lot to my old grade. Uh-oh, Rick the puppy. Be careful. Yeah, this is the parking lot to my old grade school. There's my old church, Nativity BVM. Come on, Rick the puppy. There it is. There's the basement of the houses that used to be probably the worst parking lot in the city. It was so poorly paved. Boy, I wonder what they got for this parking lot, because they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 houses. They'll probably sell these houses for, at the minimum, $400,000. You got to park across the street. It's not too bad. Crossing guard. Okay. Yeah, you part of the construction crew now, huh?
Yeah, they don't.
There it is, my old grade school. Nativity BVM. If you don't know, I try to do a premiere every day with a new video. Now YouTube's telling me I should do my premieres a little bit later in the day because that's when most of my viewers are up. Doesn't make sense. I mean, you guys don't wake up before noon, but there's also people in the West Coast and what's that other place? Australia. We got a bunch of you mates in Australia. Apparently people from Australia think I talk funny, which is funny because I think the same of them. Oh, we'll be right back with a word from Poop Bags. Remember, folks, a shitty job doesn't have to be shitty if you have poop bags. This street caved in recently. This is Almond Street. Some people would call it Almond, but for some reason we call it Almond. I don't know why. This is Thompson Street, and when I was growing up, this is the street that caved in. I believe somebody died. And like the whole street, from where I'm standing, like maybe 10 cars went into a big sinkhole. And this whole street caved in. And then Almond Street, which is two blocks away, that caved in. And then Birch Street, that caved in. It's a small street. Now these aren't cave-ins. What these are called plumber patches. And this is so, like a plumber has to, maybe the pipe that went from the house to the street caved in. So the plumber has to get to the pipe. So they'll dig up the street. And then when they fill everything, they fill everything back in, but they don't patch it properly, and it looks like shit, so it's called a plumber's patch. Look at this, the old street meets the new street. Was a red brick street before, and then they just paved on top of it. Don't forget to check out my merch at Hog Island Press. You can also book me on Cameo. Rick the Puppy. Do you know if people book me on Cameo and they say, hey, can I have Rick the Puppy in my Cameo? I can usually... Rick, what are you doing? You can't lick me while I'm driving. I will get Rick the Puppy in the Cameo. You can also do Stewie the Chihuahua, the one-eyed Chihuahua, too. He was the big Netflix star. Sorry, Rick. The movie people didn't want you in the movie. And, what was the other thing? They were scared. Well, I wasn't scared. Rick's just really big. What was the other thing? Cameo. Oh, and I have Patreon. If you're a Patreon member, you're going to get another early preview, and the postcards are in the mail. Don't forget to check out my. That's enough, right? Poop Bags.